Hello everybody, Alex here with another episode of Momentum Charting. Before I get into the video, let me just apologize quickly for a couple of things. Number one, the title of this video, kind of just to attract attention. Obviously, you know and I know trading is not easy, and everybody knows that the market fools most of the people most of the time. Obviously, that was sort of tongue-in-cheek about the trading is easy, but I do want to be honest with you. If you guys keep a few principles in mind, namely to buy stocks that are showing momentum, buy stocks on pullback, buying stocks that are breaking trend lines and breakouts, things of that nature, it's going to greatly increase your chances of success in the market. So in that respect, trading is simple. You look to have a program that you're following, a way you do trade stocks, a consistent method of picking stocks and picking winners, picking breakouts, looking for stocks that have momentum, looking for stocks that are continuing on trend lines, things of that nature. You can trade this market successfully. You can have most of your trades be winning trades as well. So with that little disclaimer out of the way, I also wanted to say, the other thing I wanted to apologize for was not having done a video yet on ATOS. It's one that's on my watch list. This is a brand new channel. I think I've been going at it 3 days now, maybe 3-4 days, something like that, 3.5 days, whatever the case is. I haven't had a chance yet to get to all my stocks. I've got a large watch list of stocks that I want to try to get in rotation on everything I'm doing on a daily basis. But I've kind of been working at a feverish pace to get things up and going on the channel. It takes time to do the thumbnails and all that stuff. But kind of once, I don't want to go overboard with that type of stuff. But once I've got those things all ready to go, the time between actually making videos, I think once I get a schedule down, it's going to be a little bit less so I can start to even put out more content. But I've been working hard to get out as much as I possibly can. And I want to thank everybody very, very much for the extremely positive reception I've gotten so far. Yes, there aren't tons of views on the videos yet, but yes, the YouTube algorithm takes time, probably a couple months to get a lot of eyeballs on these videos. But as far as positivity, liking the videos, subscribing, you guys have been fantastic. So I just wanted to take a minute or so here in this video to tell you thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get into the video of ATOS, and I want to show you why I was so interested in this chart. And you can see here ATOS broke out right around early June from this daily. I'm on the daily time frame in TradingView as always. Pulled back nicely, hit that trend line, continued up, and was currently in a pullback mode. So right off the bat on a daily time frame, this is looking like a stock that has a high chance for continuation to the upside, pulling all the way back potentially to this trend line. So we want to kind of dig in here. And one of my favorite angles is always look for pullbacks on the 1 hour and breaks of the trend line on the 1 hour. I had this 1 hour set from here, from the top of ATOS at June 25th, coming all the way down here, had a touch point June 28th. But then down here, you could see there were no other touch points, but you could clearly see a 1 hour. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points. So I adjusted slightly, which is basically what trading's all about. You're always looking for the most current trend lines. Trend lines do change from time to time. So especially on things like breakouts, you want to be really careful and really try to nail in where the true support and resistance, especially the resistance lines on these 1 hour are, because they can shift from time to time, especially when the prices in these stocks. So ATOS got hit quite a bit. Let's see, just roughly 40, 45%, 46%. So you kind of want to nail in here and try to dial in as closely as you think is possible. I had set my new trend line, 1 hour trend line right here. And this morning, we got the initial signs of a breakout, but this was the candle here that I acted on, which you could see a full, let me zoom in here, a full breakout above this trend line. We had the candle starting at 553, ending at 598. So this is after this candle, right in this area at the close of the hour. I could see this nice continuation candle. This is where I entered the stock, right around 595 or so, and I set my stop in this area right here. I did not see a very clear structure below it, and what I like to do in that case is I will set a horizontal line of support / stop right where the initial breakout occurred. So right here in the case of ATOS, it's going to be at about $5.47. So that's my stop in ATOS, and I don't know exactly where this is going to go, but I'll say for right now I don't have any interest in selling, even on some modest gains this morning. Could still definitely come back to this trend line, test it, move up from there. Who knows? But again, it's the principles that I kind of wanted to drive home here to you guys on watching these 1 hour breakouts, then setting your trend lines, looking for structure. If you have no structure, just set the horizontal stop at the trend line, and worst case, and it does happen, I don't know exactly what it is, 30%, 40%, 50% even, sometimes a little bit more, but you can come down here and break this. But the neat thing about the method that I use is you're buying stocks that have usually done big pullbacks, and you're limiting your risk because you've got a very specific zone where you say, okay, if this breakout fails, I'm out of the stock. Okay, so I bought here at 569. If it breaks here, yeah, I'm selling at 542. I've lost a few percentage points, but again, my risk reward on these types of trades is massive because my initial target is up here in these areas right here, right? Back to the highs in June around $9.35, 36 cents, something like that. So that's my initial target on this breakout. And if this fails, I'm letting go of the stock somewhere in this zone between 530 and 550, something like that. So yes, in some cases, your breakouts are going to fail, and you've got to get rid of the stock. But on the other hand, you've got a chance for a large risk reward when you take these kind of breakouts. And if you couple that with something like a momentum indicator, which is what I like to use, it gives me even a stronger sense that this is going to be a trade that's should have a high degree of working out for me. And here you can see I've got the 4 hour momentum on ATOS. And what I liked about this formation is that we've got a trend line of support here that is well above the zero line. And as you know, when you get these sort of continuation patterns in these high areas of momentum, this is when stocks always have the highest probability of moving to the upside. So my initial thing on ATOS here was that I'd been looking for the last few days of sort of a minor reset in this momentum and a continuation of momentum back to the upside in these zones, which to me was going to carry ATOS up much higher than it currently was when it broke out at these levels. So that's kind of what I'm doing. If you use your methodology of like 1 hour, 1 day breakouts from these downtrends on these downsloping trend lines / momentum lines, and you try to couple that with your momentum chart to get an idea of when stocks have a good chance to break to much higher prices than they're currently at. This is the type of trading I want to do. To me here, if ATOS again breaks up on the 4 hour chart, this has a chance to, you know, and it looks like it has turned. Sometimes they mess around here for a little bit while before going green and then turning up. But that's okay. I've got my stop in place down here again at around 546. But to me, the only thing that would really concern me is if ATOS started coming back into these areas, breaking this line of support, and or if or to come down here and break this trend line that I set right at around 546, the horizontal trend line, which happened on the breakout. Those are the two areas that concern me. Other than that, I'm just here kind of waiting, being patient on ATOS and seeing what happens over the last few days. Nice volume coming in today, almost 25 million shares. That's probably going to end at 30, 35 more. Who knows exactly what's going to happen on ATOS by the end of the day. But I am in. I'm just waiting to see where this takes me. And right now, I'm still not seeing any real structure on the 1 hour where I can confidently set a trend line. To me, the only real trend line I can set on the 1 hour, and I'm not really happy with it, but actually sometimes this is the way stocks act when they break out, and they just go, right? You don't get like a series of like you might like higher highs, higher lows. These things just go up, and then from there you just kind of have to wait and see where they stop, where they pull back. And a lot of times the pullbacks are pretty violent when you get these types of breakouts like this. But on the 1 hour, when you get these kind of breakouts, I kind of like to set the trend line at the bottom. Let me zoom in here, see if I can zoom in and get a closer look at where I'm setting this trend line. I kind of like to go see how these the bottoms of these candles, I kind of like to set them at the point of highest momentum at the diagonal corners. So for now, time being, that's kind of going to be where my 1 hour trend line is going to be. Just see where ATOS takes us. So yeah, I'm kind of watching this trend line, but really my area of that I'm watching for the breakdown is at 548. So just kind of loosely watch this trend line for now, see where prices take us, and watching my momentum to see if I can get a turn back to the upside, and maybe it's another topping pattern. And then yeah, definitely if we're to come back up here, show another series of green, and then start maybe turning back to the downside, be interested in exiting my position, waiting for another pullback, possibly another reset of momentum over here, maybe even one in a positive divergence. You can see this one here looks to potentially be a little bit of positive divergence, which always helps. Maybe the next one comes down here and these areas goes up. We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, that's just kind of giving you the principles of things I like to watch for when I'm looking for trades. Pullbacks, these pretty long extending downward trends. This one, June, July, couple weeks usually on the 1 hour, 2, 3 weeks, something like that is what I like to look for on the 1 hour. Daily, obviously, ideally I'm looking for something in a period of 2 months or longer. 1 hour shorter, couple weeks to month and a half, even a couple months sometimes on the 1 hour is what I look for as well. But got the breakout today, set my stop, so that's kind of what I'm looking for in ATOS. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, working on getting as much content out as I can over the next few days on the channel. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I haven't mentioned it at the beginning of the video just because I wanted to give you those quick disclaimers, but please, if you enjoy the content, yes, like the video, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. It allows YouTube to let you know each and every time I upload a video, but also more importantly, gives YouTube a chance to let other people see the content as well, as that goes into the YouTube algorithm as positive signals and helps support some growth of the channel. Hoping to make good things here at Momentum Charting. So thank you so much again, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye for now.